Welcome back. I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio, and with me here today we have Kathy Morgan, who is the Vice President for Channel Delivery for Sabre Travel Solutions. Welcome, Kathy.
Thank you, Monisa. It's great to be here.
A fellow Texas girl.
Yes, yeah, as you can tell.
Right. No, I love it. I love it. So you just flew in from Dallas yesterday.
I did, yeah.
It's great to have you with us.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
And isn't it wonderful to be here with everybody in person, meeting face to face? There is nothing like it. I think everyone has missed it so much.
I was saying earlier at our booth, I was like, it's just good for the soul.
It really is, just to be here and see people in
absolutely.
person. So again, welcome.
Thank you.
So much is happening in the industry, right, as a result of the pandemic.
Yeah.
It gives people an opportunity to pivot, reset, think about the way that they're doing business. In what ways is Sabre changing to accommodate this new environment?
Yeah, I think it's a really great question. We talk about pivot, punt, or persevere. Like, you've got to make those checks along the way. And certainly COVID-19 has, to state the obvious, had a devastating effect on travel demand. And I think, certainly at Sabre, we believe that some of the changes in how the travel industry operates are going to be fundamentally different moving forward. And certainly that's true for Sabre as well. So we've really taken this opportunity over the last, I guess now 2 years, gosh, seems like 20, to really do a critical self-assessment to say, as we look at this evolving landscape, how do we think about the way in which we've operated? How do we think about challenging the norms? To think that you're going to come back into an environment that there's really no going back, I don't think, because we've just fundamentally changed. And so a couple of great things that came out of that assessment was just this notion of it really reinforced the direction that we were on, which is what our customers are telling us is the focus is on driving incremental revenue. How do I generate revenue faster as we come into this period of recovery? And so we believe strongly that that's really around creating a leading marketplace for personalization and personalized travel. And so we were on the path to doing that pre-pandemic. We recognize that this is going to be critically important as we come out of the pandemic. And so certainly that's probably the one thing I'd say is that just being laser focused on ensuring that we are creating solutions that drive value, because ultimately value wins. And so that's probably been the biggest change that we've had, of just getting super laser focused and ensuring that we're driving those right outcomes.
Sounds like you guys are on a great path and the right trajectory, so that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the biggest opportunities in our industry right now?
Yeah, I would say there's probably no lack of opportunities in the travel industry. I think there are so many companies that are really, again, kind of reevaluating where you go forward. For Sabre, also, you'll hear a theme in my kind of the way I think about the world and the way Sabre does, which is the real opportunities is around personalization. The one thing that we know is so important is that consumers have changed. The way in which we expect for products to be consumerized, to have relevance in what's offered, is now it's table stakes. And so what that's allowed us to do is really understand that we double down and continue to focus on how do we bring this retailing to life. A couple of things that we've done recently that really reinforces our commitment to this. You may have seen we had an announcement week before last around our Retail Intelligence Suite, which is a new product suite of capabilities that we've actually leveraged our Sabre Travel AI capabilities, which we announced late last year. Sabre Travel AI is a set of capabilities that takes Sabre technology and then aligning them with our partnership with Google, where we take advantage of their state-of-the-art AI capabilities, machine learning capabilities, experimentation framework. The products that we announced a couple of weeks ago are the first products that are utilizing Travel AI. And so the two products were Air Price IQ and Ancillary IQ. These products are focused for airlines to be able to do dynamic pricing of airfare and ancillaries using forward-looking data, which is so important right now because historical views are meaningless when you're coming out of the type of depressed environment. So certainly that's huge. I think the other big opportunity is is the role that NDC plays in all of this. NDC we see as a critical enabler of omni-channel retailing. As airlines think about how to retail and becoming better retailers, how they ensure channel consistency of their content, NDC plays a really important role there. So we've done some great work accelerating our roadmap through this pandemic period. In fact, tomorrow we'll be issuing a press release where we'll have NDC content integrated in Get There, which for this audience at GBTA is so important. It's a huge milestone, and I think importantly, it's also a milestone of the commitment that Sabre has to ensuring access to relevant content, regardless of how it's sourced.
Excellent. Well, that's exciting.
It is very exciting.
That is wonderful. So are your customers excited about what Sabre, all the stuff that Sabre is doing now and in the future?
Absolutely, I can tell you, so obviously when you say customer to Sabre, we have so many constituents. We have airline partners, other travel providers, agencies, TMCs, OTAs, and so I think the thing that I can say with absolute confidence is we are getting such confirmation and validation of the direction. I think that, we're all, even before you think about Sabre, we're all just so excited about some of the trends we're seeing now just in overall recovery. We're seeing positive trending in bookings. We're seeing, more and more expansion of vaccination rates, fewer new COVID cases. So that is such an important proof point for the viability of our business. We know travel's going to come back. We're seeing it come back. We're seeing more companies bring their people back to work. We're seeing more people recognize the need for human connection. So all of those really validate the importance of travel. And as we come through this recovery, being able to have these capabilities to drive that relevancy, to drive revenue for our customers, they are so very excited about it. Again, lots of validation on the direction, and we just look forward to continuing to grow with our partners and continue to make this industry, bring it back to just the great industry that it is.
Excellent. Kathy, it's great to have you here. I know you guys are excited to be here in person.
Yes.
And you've got a nice booth back here, which I'll be by to visit and say hello.
Please do.
And congratulations on all the great work that you guys are accomplishing and doing at Sabre.
All right, thank you.
And I hope you have a great rest of the week at GBTA.
I sure will. You as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.